see, you should see the other courtroom, the football field over there, in courtroom A. It's like you literally want to go, hey, way back here. I mean, you really feel like you're shouting when you're back here. Yeah.
Surely wouldn't put it in the
Yeah. Well, I mean. It has to have a lot of people probably too, you know, so.
like sit next to you when you don't have guests.
Like, well, I need to know.
Curly-haired fish, that's cute.
Wait till you see.
Mr. I'm going to be here for Ms. Farkas, okay?
Gabriel Dorado.
All right.
Your Honor, I believe this matter was set for a pretrial detention hearing. However, we have reached an agreement with the state.
That's correct, Your Honor. Mr. Dorado is currently, was arrested on 3 separate counts. The state is agreeing to a $10,000 cash professional on count 1, $5,000 cash professional on count 2, $5,000 cash professional on count 3. We're asking for pretrial supervision, no contact with the alleged victim in the case, and no unsupervised contact with any minors.
All right, count 1 was 10,000 cash for professional.
Yes, please.
Count 2 was 5,000.
Yes, sir.
Count 3 was 5,000.
Yes, sir.
No, was it no contact with victims?
Yes, sir.
What else?
Pretrial supervision, please.
Retrial supervision. All right, so the state's not seeking pretrial detention. Public defenders appointed, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Ms. Farkas, I believe, has already been in touch with me about this case.
All right, that's the bond, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Judge Gontarek, that's my last case. May I be excused?
All right, thank you.
Me too, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You too?
No, I shouldn't.
We're all trying to beat the weather.
All right, yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Somebody's got to be here for this plea.
What's that?
Michael Keane. Mr. Keane,
Michael Keane.
my name is Lisa Rivers. I'm going to be here for your plea, okay? Your Honor, this would be Michael Douglas Keane, 24 CF 2021. Reach an agreement in this matter. We may approach.
All right. Okay, Mr. Keane, would you please raise your right hand and be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
This is State of Florida versus Michael Douglas Keane, 24 CF 2021. You want to enter a plea of no contest to grand theft auto, a third-degree felony, and driving license suspended or revoked, third conviction of first-degree misdemeanor, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, adjudicates you guilty, both counts. Count 1, 36 months of probation, waive cost supervision. Count 2, credit for time served. 515 court costs, $150 PD fee, reserve restitution to Enterprise Rent-A-Car for 180 days, 100 hours community service work, maintain gainful employment, or complete 2 job applications a week. Anti-theft course online.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Oh, I got one.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got one. Thank you.
You just see probation now.
Who we got next?
Snipes. Ms. Snipes.
Is this a plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Judge. Thomas Koch for the record. Your Honor, this is Miss Allison Snipes. We're here on 2 case numbers, 23 CF 1824, 24 CF 1346. Your Honor, if I just may have a brief moment for a signature from my client.
Some concerns that I want to address.
All right, before. Certainly.
Hold on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I say it?
She's,
Can I ask?
she has questions about her attorney's advice, so I'm not going to take her plea.
Okay. If I just may lay a record, Judge.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. Like I said, this is Ms. Snipes. This was a time-sensitive plea we had today. It was 11/29, revoke and terminate her probation. All counts and cases are on concurrent. My client does score, in the score sheet, it's 15.450 months, DOC. And my client's aware that she does not take this 11/29 today. That will be revoked, and the offer will be guidelines, or, of course, our other avenue is the VOP hearing. So that being said, Ms. Snipes, everything's being recorded. Feel free to make a statement that you want.
On the, where it says certification of defendant, and I read what it says, and it's, let me find it, so I cut it short. Representations that I shall be sentenced to a particular sentence, the guidelines, 15.4 months. If I do not sign a plea agreement because of sentencing would be at the discretion of the court, isn't that what that means?
I'm going to sentence you to whatever you agreed, whatever your attorney and you and the state agreed to. I'm not going to deviate from that, if that's what you're asking.
No, I'm asking if that's what that means, that
The deal
if I don't
is,
take
if you don't want to accept this plea, you don't have to. No one's
I
forcing you.
understand, but I'm saying if I have to, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off or anything, but doesn't that mean that if I don't take the deal, that the 15 months, isn't that like exactly what that says? Where it's like I feel like I'm being coerced into taking a deal I don't want to take because of the threat of a higher sentence.
Well, you could get a higher sentence than even the 15 months. That's a guideline sentence. You could end up with, I don't know exactly what you're charged with, but
The maximum incarceration, it says, is 5 years.
I think, I don't know, I believe you're a Judge Brown case.
Yes, sir.
And Judge Brown, I don't know if he takes pleas after a certain day. My understanding is today's the day. He was went to a conference and so asked me to take these cases for him, which I do. I mean, I have, but you apparently don't understand your plea.
Well,
So-
I have another concern about it with the $100 VOP cost. I paid my supervision fees. I paid $1,020 and my fees were waived, but that's part of the agreement and I don't think I should have to pay that since I already paid my supervision fees. I feel like my attorney didn't really go over my case well.
All right, well, then I'm not going to accept your plea because you have issues with your attorney, so she'll be set for the next miscellaneous day with Judge Brown. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Just for the record, all the plea offers from the state have been revoked.
All right.
Mr. Quinone?
Right over here, sir.
Thank you, right here. Excellent.
Brian Quinone.
This is case 24 CF 2213. At this time, the state is going to ask the court for a continuance for 1 week so that we can line up everything with the victims and the witnesses and law enforcement officers to have a hearing.
Defense.
Judge, this is the first time up, so just for my client, though, I will object, just on the grounds of the pretrial detention hearings is unconstitutional. But that's just our stance.
All right, well, I mean, I think the state does have a right to one continuance, and apparently he has witnesses that want to be here and have a right to, apparently victims or have a right to be heard, so I'm going to grant the continuance. This is the first request for a continuance.
Yes, sir.
And that will be granted to, what's the next Thursday? That would be what, October something?
Your Honor, is next Thursday a holiday? Is it going to be that Wednesday?
It is, so it'll be, probably be Wednesday, I guess.
I believe it's Wednesday at 12:30, Judge.
October,
That'd be the 9th or the 10th.
is it that far out?
No, be the.
Second?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. That's correct.
What's next Wednesday?
The 2nd.
October 2nd. So we'll have a detention hearing, not me, but Judge Brown will have a detention hearing October 2nd
Yes. thank
at
you, Judge.
12:30.
My client does have family present, so that's at the Fort Walton
Yeah.
Courthouse next Wednesday, 12:30.
Yeah, the state has a right to one continuance, so October 2nd at 12:30 in front of Judge Brown.
Yes, Your Honor.
What division is that? Two? Okay.
Be Mr. Robinson.
This is Todrick Robinson.
Yes, Your Honor, 24 CF 2226.
Okay. Have y'all reached an agreement on this one?
Your Honor, it's my understanding the state is not moving forward with the pretrial detention, and we are going to just set bond.
That's correct. Your Honor, the state, like Mr. Koch indicated, we're not as seeking a pretrial detention order.
All right.
The recommendation, what the state is asking for as far as bond conditions would be $150,000 cash or professional. And the two possession and controlled substance counts, $5,000 apiece, $140,000 on the trafficking and fentanyl.
He is facing what now?
The state is asking for 5,000 per count on the 2 possession of controlled substance for 10,000. And then 140,000 cash or professional on the trafficking and the fentanyl.
How much fentanyl was it?
Probably 5 grams.
What's his prior record?
So he's just been released from state prison on trafficking charges.
He just got released?
As a conviction date of 2/25/2000.
What count is the trafficking and
That'd be count 1, and then count 2 and 3 would be possession of controlled substance.
How long ago was he released from prison?
I don't know that date. It had to have been recent because there was a 3-year mid-man and it was
Three-
February of 20 was the conviction date.
Judge, just speaking with my client, I have a May 2nd of 2022 release date from DOC custody.
May 22nd.
And where does he live?
Your Honor, if we can, I was going to get a little testimony from my client, if we can swear. I'm going to get.
All right, Mr. Robinson,
Yes, yes.
would you
sir.
please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I inquire?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
My full name is Todrick Jerron Robinson.
Okay, thank you. And just to reiterate, when were you released from DOC custody?
I was released from DOC custody 2022, May 22nd, 2022.
Okay, thank you. Where, if released from jail, where would you reside at?
I will reside in Fort Walton Beach at 618 Gap Creek. I have a deep cleaning business, the Deep Cleaning Kings, and that's where my business is based out of, like my chemicals, and that's where I live, between there and the hotel. So I will be I'm based in Fort Walton. My business is the Deep Cleaning Kings LLC based in Fort Walton Beach,
Okay,
Okaloosa.
And then just finally, how long have you resided in Okaloosa County?
Off and on for a while, I don't know exactly how many years, but off and on. I have a permanency here, residency. I have a church and everything here.
Thank you. And Your Honor, that's all the testimony I was going to inquire from my client, and just a brief little argument.
Is he married? Married?
Oh, no, sir.
You got kids?
Yes, sir.
Where are they at?
They're here in Fort Walton, my son.
How old are they?
He's 17.
What's his prior record?
Judge, he's got 29 pages of Florida criminal history and 14 out of state, and I didn't write down.
29 pages of criminal history? What is it?
I'll pull it up.
And Your Honor, if I just may follow up on that, the criminal history. Certainly, just looking at the first appearance paperwork, I do see some priors, 7 felonies. I'm just reading the paperwork, 9 misdemeanors. But I do want to point out that the risk assessment that they conducted at the county jail, due to the fact of his employment, telephone contacts, no previous failures to appear, he's not homeless. This is not a violent felony, but they are serious charges. I'm not minimizing that. My client does have a score of 13, which would put him to the low moderate range. And I know it does say he's not entitled to, but he's in the ROR/signature bond category. And certainly with these charges and with that history, I'm not going to ask for a signature
Has he
bond or
got
ROR.
any prior record of violence?
I don't have the score sheet, Judge. The only thing I have in my client's case is the risk assessment, and I don't see any violent misdemeanors checked off, and I don't see any violent felonies checked off.
How many charges he got right now? 3 charges? 3 felonies?
Yes, Judge.
3 second degree and 2/3, or what?
Trafficking, I believe, is
4 grams.
is an F1 level 7, and the other 2 are F3 level 3.
Count 1's the trafficking.
Yes, sir.
Is Count 2 is what, possession?
Yes, sir. Both and 3 is possession of controlled substance.
$10,000 cash of professional, count 1, $5,000 cash of professional on count 2 and 3, pretrial services supervision. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you can put up about $2,000 to a bondsman. Okay?
It's, the judge also put pretrial services, so if you do get released, you'll have reporting
Oh,
to
okay.
check into.
That's fine.
Okay?
All right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
All that, deputy.
Next would be Starks.
Starks, is that for a detention hearing?
Negative, Judge, a change of plea. Good. And Your Honor, if I just have a brief moment with my client. For me?
What time is that hurricane supposed to hit this afternoon?
We got the latest report.
Way over?
Might get 30 mile an hour.
Oh, really? I thought it was like coming straight towards us.
Once you go to the jail and they calculate all your time, you'll know better when you're gonna get released. Okay. You also get game time. And Your Honor, this is Mr. Starks in 24 CF 1712. If I may approach with the signed plea form and the score sheet, Your Honor?
Yeah. All right, the state of Florida versus Rashawn Starks, 24 CF 1712. Mr. Starks, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for his court's true, so help you God? Okay. You want to enter a no contest plea to possession of controlled substance, third-degree felony, and count 2, driving while license revoked, habitual, third-degree felony, and also possession of controlled substance, less than 20 grams of cannabis, a first-degree misdemeanor, correct? Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea? Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work your attorney's done for you today on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge guilty, sentenced to 120 days Okaloosa County Jail concurrent with each count. Credit for time served, $615 court costs, $150 cost of defense. Adjudicated guilty, all 3. Okay? How many days you got?
It's roughly around 70 days, Judge.
70?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're almost there. You're almost out.
You'll calculate, like I said, and you'll get gain time and.
Yeah.
But you're almost
Don't
there.
violate the
All right.
law, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Best of luck out there, all right?
Mr. Stewart.
This will be a change of plea also, Your Honor. If I just may have a brief moment with my client. Oh, certainly, yeah, right there. Your Honor, if I may approach with the signed plea form and score sheet?
right, Mr. Stewart, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's true, so help you God?
Sir.
Okay. You want to admit that you violated probation in 23 CF 2328 and in 24 CF 1576, plead no contest to possession of a controlled substance, a third-degree felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Is that, isn't that a misdemeanor? Or, okay, that's a third-degree felony. And then in 24 CF 1583, introduction of contraband, a third-degree felony. So admit you violated probation and plead to 3 third-degree felonies, correct?
Isn't correct, the VOP plus the contraband, the possession?
Isn't there possession, the drugs, but the...
Correct.
Okay.
But they're all run together, and
Yes, Your Honor.
So the drug possession is a third-degree felony. I mean, paraphernalia.
may I approach that just?
I mean, you've got paraphernalia, drug possession of paraphernalia, 5 years. Yeah, it's
1 year and
1 year. So you got a kind, soft-hearted judge here. I want to make sure you're pleading the right thing.
Yes, sir.
You're
Thank
right.
you.
These were the maximums, and they were, but now it's correctly labeled for 1 year, so that's that misdemeanor. So the VOP, and that's that possession of controlled substance. Paraphernalia misdemeanor, and then the introduction. Tracking.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Judge. May I approach?
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so he's pleading to, that possession of drug paraphernalia is a misdemeanor.
Yes, Judge.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. So did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission and plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission and plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work your attorney's done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Happy with the work the judge did on making sure you got the right plea?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge you guilty. All counts sentenced to 11.29 Okaloosa County Jail, credit for time served. All counts and cases run concurrent. 615 court costs, $100 VOP. Cost of prosecution, also $250 defense costs. Probation is revoked and terminated in 23 CF 2328. And I think we need, credit for time served too. So, okay?
Sir,
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, no problem.
Mr. Stewart, that's the one.
Outstanding monies to collection, Your Honor?
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
okay, thank you.
Your Honor, may I just have a brief moment?
Okay.
The copy I gave you is what the copy is in front of us. It is. If I can have you sign. Keep your copy. I'm gonna give Judge this copy.
Okay.
And then we're gonna watch that one together.
Okay.
Judge, if I may approach.
All right.
Multiple case numbers, Your Honor, and I have a copy for my client and myself to look at, just so we both stay on the same page.
Okay.
And this is Mr. Terry Stone, and we got case numbers 22 CF 1044, 23 CF 328, 24 CF 695, 24 CF 696, 24 CF 703, and 24 CF 922.
All right.
And just for the record, Your Honor, My client is pleading to 1, 2, 3 lessers, and I notated them on the plea form, and that's in 24 CF 696. The lesser included offense of burglary of an unoccupied structure. Then, of course, in 24 CF 703, as indicated, the lesser included offense of burglary of an unoccupied structure. And then in 24 CF 922, it's the lesser included offense of burglary of unoccupied conveyance.
All right. Mr. Stone, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is true, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to, in 22 CF 1044, admit that you violated probation, and 23 CF 328, admit that you violated probation, and 24 CF 695, plead no contest, count 1, burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, 3rd-degree felony, felony petty theft, a 3rd-degree felony, fraudulently knowingly possess person's ID, a 1st-degree misdemeanor, and fraudulently knowingly possess person's ID, a 1st-degree misdemeanor. And in 24 CF 696, count 1, you want to enter no contest plea to a lesser included offense of burglary of an unoccupied structure, 3rd-degree felony. Count 2, felony petty theft, 3rd-degree felony. Count 3, resisting officer without violence, 1st-degree misdemeanor. In 24 CF 703, count 1, you're entering a no contest plea to lesser included offense burglary of an unoccupied structure, and count 2, grand theft, both 3rd-degree felonies. And 24 CF 922, count 1, lesser included offense burglary of an unoccupied conveyance, a 3rd-degree felony, and petty theft, a 1st-degree misdemeanor. So you're admitting violation of probation and pleading no contest to all those charges, as I said.
Yes, sir, Judge.
And that's what you want to do?
Yes, sir,
Did
Judge.
you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir, I have.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission and plea?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission and plea?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work your attorney's done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the admission and plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Judge you guilty on all cases, all counts. In 22 CF 1044 and 23 CF 328, probation is revoked and terminated. In the other cases, you're judged guilty, sentenced to 36 months DOC, credit for all time served, concurrent, $2,060 court cost, $200 VOP cost of prosecution, $615 defense costs, order reserve on restitution for 90 days. So, how much time have you got served already?
Right about 6 months, sir.
6 months, okay. Well, you'll be out not too long.
Sir.
So everything's full credit for time served concurrent on each case, and that I believe that's it.
Time served on misdemeanor.
Yeah, on the misdemeanors, I'll send you to time served. Okay? Yes. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. And you'll just follow that deputy.
you, sir.
You're welcome. Best of luck.
That was the last one I had, sir.
Okay. I guess we're done.
Judge, thank you for
What was your name again? I couldn't-
Thomas Koch, Judge.
Gosh, I couldn't remember. I couldn't